and welcome to my kitchen in all her glory. And you're probably wondering why we're in my kitchen right now. It's a great question. Great question. About a year ago, I saw Annie of Hooks and Healers do a video where she dyed yarn using a Lion brand yarn dye kit. And I decided I really wanted to do that too. That looks so fun, right up my alley. And so I actually went ahead and bought a yarn dyeing kit right after I watched that video. Clearly I never got around to doing it. So I actually just opened the package that it came in. So I just wanted to show you. I bought this, if you can see that, August 7th, 2024. And we're just now getting around to it. Oh my gosh. When I opened this package, look at how smushed it is.
What is that?
That's what you get for not opening it and then moving and probably shoving it in with all your yarn. So it's a little bit smushed, but luckily it's just yarn and dye. Nothing too valuable in here. So yeah, I thought it would just be really fun to dye some yarn for the first time. I've never done it before. My qualifications are I love yarn and I love tie-dye. I feel like I can do this, you know? So this is Rit by Lion Brand Yarns. So Rit Dye and Lion Brand Yarn collab. I got the 24/7 cotton yarn dye kit, and I'm pretty sure they have a wool one too, if I remember correctly. It says it dyes up to 10 hanks, but I got 100 grams in here. So yeah, it's the 24/7 cotton, so it's 100% cotton. It's a 4-weight. And then when you pick out your kit, you can get a couple different colorways, I remember. And so I picked the one that has royal blue, golden yellow, and tangerine. So those are the colors that I have to work with. And then I'm gonna open this so we can get into more of what's inside the box. But they also have on the outside of the box the different techniques you can use for dyeing. So they have the dip dye option, the space dye, which I don't really know what that is, and then the sprinkle dye. And just looking at this, I am intrigued by the space dye. I think it looks really fun, but I also am a sucker for the sprinkle dye look. We'll see. I'm gonna just go with the flow. But obviously it's like kind of already open, so let's just open it fully. Maybe I should watch some videos on how to do this, but they do have instructions inside, it looks like. Okay, so here's the yarn. Pretty smooshed. And like I said, this is the 24/7 cotton. It is 100 grams, 170 meters, 186 yards. So very nice, just in this simple, it's like a cream color. Natural is the colorway. So very nice. It's in a hank. We'll have to wind that up at some point. So here are the 3 dyes. These are powder. So here's the royal blue, the golden yellow, and the tangerine. They are all Rit dyes and they work on cotton, wool, nylon, and more. And these are gonna go a long way, so I'm definitely gonna have leftover. It says that one package dyes a pound of dry fabric. That's a lot. All right, and then it also comes with the instruction booklet, which I'm definitely gonna read and make sure I have everything I need. I probably should have done this ahead of time. I thought it would be fun to do the unboxing together. So to prepare yarn, pre-soak in hot water with 2 tablespoons of salt for 30 minutes. Okay, I wonder if it matters if it's tap water. I have some filtered water right now, actually. Sponsored by Pure. Just kidding, I wish. Sponsored by Costco aluminum pots. Just kidding, I wish. ASMR. Oh, this is my weak wrist. Salt. Where's the salt? I have Himalayan pink salt. Okay, apparently this is the only salt we have. It just says salt, so I feel like it should be fine. I'm not gonna go buy salt, so tablespoons. One time I was making cookies and the recipe said to add, I think it was 2 teaspoons of salt, and I put in 2 tablespoons and the cookies were not good. So now I'm always cautious. In case you're wondering, I'm not a cook. I can make like a pasta dish or like, oh, I spilled salt everywhere. I can make like a basic pasta dish or like a basic rice dish, but I'm not really a good cook. Anyways, it's not what this is about. 1, 2. It also doesn't say how much water. It just says hot water with 2 tablespoons of salt. So like, I'm not sure what the ratio is supposed to be there, but we're gonna go with that. Give it a little stir. Look at this spoon that my mother-in-law gave me. It's so colorful. I have a matching spatula too. See, and it just says hot water. It doesn't say boiling. So that's also very vague. Like, that's steaming, so I know it's hot. Let's read our little inspiration booklet, shall we? The instruction booklet. So I'm not gonna do the dip dye. I think I wanna do speckled. Okay, this seems pretty easy. I'm just gonna sprinkle the dye on top. That's basically all you do. Seems easy enough. Okay, well, we'll just wait. Action shot. Oh yeah. Okay, that seems pretty hot. I'm gonna turn the heat off. Okay, it says untwist the hank into a circle. Okay. Nice. Maybe I should have gotten a bigger pot. fully saturate the yarn. It's like forbidden noodles. I really think that my pot's a little too small. Why does it kind of smell like spaghetti? I think I'm gonna put this bowl on top. Shout out to my mom who made me this bowl. Isn't it gorgeous? I love showing off her pottery. She's so talented. She made me a whole set. All right. Ah! It needs to soak for 30 minutes. It is 8:56. See? So we will let that soak until 9:26. Okay, it's 9:26. Can you see it? You know what that means. Time to do this. I'm excited. Okay, let's not burn ourselves. It really does look like pasta though. Okay. Oh! Wait, I want to show you this. Hopefully you can see this. The water is like yellow. What? Yummy. Okay, here is my receptacle. Nice. Look at that. Look who's cooking. Just gonna, that seems fine. All right, now my dyes. Ooh, I'm so excited. Okay, I think I'm gonna start with the yellow. So if I do blue and yellow, it's obviously gonna make green. I think that's obvious. Don't wanna make you feel like you don't know your colors if you didn't know that. Anyways, so yeah, if I do yellow and blue, it's gonna be green, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with the green. If I do blue and orange, it's gonna be brown, which I'm also okay with. We are trying to maybe avoid the brown. Should I be wearing gloves? Probably. Maybe I should use like a spoon. Little baby spoon. Are y'all the type of people who care about your spoon size when you're eating? And if so, why do you love a small spoon? Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. It kind of looks like nutritional yeast. If you know, you know. Should I do more? Kind of smells like nutritional yeast. Okay, here is your dinner. All right, next I'm gonna go in with the tangerine. Whoa, that's pretty vibrant. Whoa, that was a lot. Okay, that looks good. All right, and then next I'm going to go in with royal blue. Ooh, look how dark that is. I don't think I'm supposed to be putting this much on. That's pretty. I like that. Okay, I think we should flip it. Yeah, let's flip it. I'm not gonna put gloves on because I am a risk taker. Okay, nice. All right, I'm gonna start with the yellow again. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get some brown up in here. I'm also doing a lot of yellow. Okay, and then I'll do orange again. All right, now blue. What do we think? Do you think there's gonna be a lot of white in between? Honestly, that's a lot of white. Should I give it a zhuzh? Let's just give it a little zhuzh. I definitely want some white, but I don't want like a ton of it. Look at my fingers. Okay, I am pretty happy with how that's looking, honestly. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm hoping that it turns out cool and it doesn't look like vomit too much. I guess we'll see. It says to wait 30 minutes, which doesn't seem like enough time. Let me double check. Yeah, it says let yarn sit and absorb dye for 30 minutes and then rinse out with cool water. Honestly, I might let it sit for a little bit longer than that. I'm not sure I trust that. Just because like when I tie dye, I usually let it sit overnight. So I think I'm gonna let it sit for like a couple hours, maybe. We'll see how impatient I am. But yeah, we'll definitely let it sit for a little bit and then we will rinse it. I'm excited. Dinner is served. Cheers.
A few moments later.
Okay, it's been been an hour and a half, 2 hours-ish. So I think I'm gonna rinse it. Also, never mind my hands. I was doing another fun tie-dye project. It says to rinse it in cold water, so I'm just gonna rinse it over the sink. And then it says to just let it air dry, so it's a nice sunny day out, so I think I'm just gonna let it air dry outside. Yeah, let's rinse. Okay, I don't know why I'm kind of nervous about this. That's cold, okay. Okay, I don't want to waste too much water, so I'm just gonna rinse it, but look, it's already so pigmented. Okay, I think that's pretty good. It definitely came out a bit muddy in spots, as you can see, so I honestly don't mind it too much, but kudos to hand dyers for sure. Okay, I'm gonna go hang it up. Hey there, so just wanted to let y'all know I am caking up this yarn right now. Nice. And I have horrible luck with hanks, evidently. I try my best, and any yarn I touch tangles, so that's what I'm currently dealing with right now. I will say, I wasn't feeling the hank. Here it is. But as I'm caking it up, it does look a lot nicer than it does in the hank, so that's good. But yeah, just wanted to share that because it's part of the experience, unfortunately. All right, have no fear, everyone. We got there eventually. Okay. Yeah, it looks interesting. I am curious to see how it's gonna work out. I don't know, would you say it's ugly? It's definitely muddy in some areas. So shout out to yarn dyers because it's kind of hard not to make it look muddy. I mean, blue and orange maybe weren't the wisest color choices considering if you mix those two together, you do get brown. Also, can we just talk about how the yellow really isn't showing too much? So definitely got lost in translation. Yeah, I am very curious to see how this works up. I don't know if I'm gonna work up all of it because it's 100 grams. That's gonna be a huge swatch, but I will work up a decent amount of it, I think, and see kind of how it looks. I am very curious, so maybe I'll do a mix of different stitches. But yeah, here's what it's looking like in the cake. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, I am going to sample this bad boy. I don't know the recommended hook size because of course I threw away the packaging, so I guess I'll just look it up really quick. Lion brand 24/7 cotton hook. Alright, it says 4mm. How convenient, I have one right here. Maybe I will make a fun granny square with it too, actually. The beginning is quite ugly. Well, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I don't know. Do you think it's ugly? Also, I just realized I'm gonna have to recake this yarn up after I sample it, but that's a problem for future Killian. Let's do single crochet first. I kind of think maybe I didn't rinse this yarn out enough. It kind of feels a little filmy, so my bad. Okay, moment of truth. Here's our swatch. I did 4 rows of single crochet, 4 rows of half double crochet, and 4 rows of double crochet. Is it ugly? You know, it's not the most stunning hand-dyed yarn I've ever seen in my entire life. No, definitely not. There's pops of beauty in there. I gotta say, some of these oranges and blues are killing it. There is quite a lot of muddiness, I will admit. I don't hate it, okay? I don't hate it. And honestly, there are moments of beauty in here. Even the muddiness I kind of dig it. From far away, it's interesting. I think you really gotta be up close to appreciate the dynamic of the color. Trying to convince myself it's pretty, okay? Far away, she doesn't shine. You gotta really take in the beauty up close, huh? You'll have to let me know your thoughts, okay? I'm gonna do a sunburst granny square really quick because I think they're fun and they're really fun with variegated yarn. So let's do that. I am definitely gonna have to look up how to do a sunburst granny square again because I don't really remember. Okay, honestly, am I delusional or is this totally cute? I feel like that's really cute. Honestly, a sunburst granny square might be where this yarn shines. What the heck happened here? How did this not happen? What's going on? Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, let me finish this up really quick, but I am kind of digging it. I think that is actually really pretty so far. We'll see. Okay, wait. I actually think that looks so cute. I don't know. You'll have to let me know if you think it's ugly or not, but maybe I just love a sunburst granny square. I do really enjoy a sunburst granny square. I think they're really pretty, but I feel like that looks really cute. Kind of looks green from far away, but from up close, I kind of into it. I do think that it looks a lot more green on camera. Well, no. Kind of want to make more. I kind of want to make a whole bag out of this yarn now. Should I do it? Am I asking the granny square? I think I'm gonna do it. I did it. So I made a bag and okay, hear me out. I like it. I think that the Starburst granny square was definitely the best option for this yarn. So I wasn't able to make enough of the granny squares to do one of those 13 bags. When you sew 13 granny squares in a certain order to make those bags. They also have one for a 10 granny square bag, which is what I ended up doing. So I was only able to make 8, and so I supplemented it with 2 more in this navy color. This is like a lily sugar and cream navy color. Okay, it's a little weird because, so normally the bag configuration would be like this, but I sewed up these sides, so I can't really show you what that looks like, but so that's why the strap is like this. But then my partner was like, you should just lean into the weirdness that is this bag and sew it up like this so that it's kind of like, I thought it was a unique idea. So if you don't like it, that's totally fine. I totally understand. It's definitely a strange design. But yeah, I actually ended up putting in this magnet clasp so that it clasps shut. But then you could see the other side of the clasp, so then I made these little flower appliques and sewed them on over that so you can't see them. But yeah, I think that if I would have known I was going to do this originally, sew up the sides like this, so it's kind of like a teardrop shape, I would have probably done the strap like differently, like probably put it on the sides, because right now it's kind of like, do you see that? Definitely an interesting design. My mother-in-law said that she really likes it, so I'll probably end up giving it to her. And then I ended up having a little bit left over of my hand-dyed yarn, so I ended up incorporating it into the strap, like at the top like that. So yeah, that is the finished bag. I do think I probably need to block it. I haven't blocked it yet. I didn't block any of the granny squares before I sewed them together. Definitely should have done that, but I was impatient. Anyways, this is the finished bag. This is how it came out. Overall, I am pretty happy with how the dye looks, especially in the Starburst granny square. I think that that was a good call. In the swatch, not so much, but you'll have to let me know your thoughts. Maybe you don't like it in the Starburst granny square either, which is totally fine. I do think that the navy kind of ties it together. There's areas where there's like darker blue, you know, so it kind of works. It's definitely weird. Definitely weird. And from far away, it reads like a green yellow, you know? Definitely a little bit muddy. I'm definitely not going to quit my day job and become some yarn hand dyer. I definitely want to try it again, but right now, definitely not in my skill set. So, but yeah, overall, I'm not too mad about it. It could have come out a lot worse, I think. Definitely let me know your thoughts. You can be honest, honestly. If you hate it and you think it's ugly, you're not gonna offend me, because I kind of already know it's weird. I did what I could with what I had, you know? Oh, as I was sewing this together, I could not help but think that this bag kind of looks like Pleakley from Lilo and Stitch. Let me know if you see it. It kind of looks like him, doesn't it? Maybe that's just me. Let me know if you have ever tried dyeing yarn before, or if it's something that you are interested in doing at all. Like I said, I definitely would love to try it again, I think, in the future. It was a ton of fun for me, so I could see myself trying it again, definitely. If you do dye yarn, you should let me know too, because I love me some hand-dyed yarn. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. If you want, you can follow me on my other socials. It's at Viney_maple, which is same way it's spelled here. I will see you over there, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!